34,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean. September 19, 1974. Pan Am Flight 812, Los Angeles to Tokyo, 11:37 p.m. The cabin lights are dimmed. Most passengers are sleeping. The hum of jet engines is steady, monotonous, hypnotic. First-class section, row 3. Window seat. Bruce Lee sits with his eyes closed, but he is not sleeping. He never sleeps on planes. His mind is active, running through choreography for his next film. His body is still, relaxed, but aware. Always aware. He feels the vibration of the aircraft through his seat. He hears every sound, the rustle of magazines, the whisper of air through ventilation, the footsteps of flight attendants in the aisle. His sensory awareness is not normal. It is trained. 35 years of martial arts training have rewired his nervous system. He processes information faster than most people. He notices patterns others miss. He detects threats before they materialize. Row 7, aisle seat. Muhammad Ali sits with a newspaper open across his lap, but he is not reading. He is thinking about his upcoming fight. George Foreman, Zaire, the rumble in the jungle. 6 weeks away. The biggest fight of his career. Maybe the most important fight in boxing history. He is 32 years old. People say he is past his prime. People say Foreman will destroy him. Foreman is younger, stronger, hits harder than any heavyweight in history. Ali knows this. He has watched the films. He has studied Foreman's technique. He has a plan. But tonight, on this flight, his mind is restless. He cannot stop thinking about strategy, about angles, about survival. Bruce and Ali are on the same flight by coincidence. They did not plan this. They did not know the other would be here. They have not seen each other in 8 months. Not since the incident at the Golden Dragon restaurant. The incident that nobody talks about. The incident that remains a rumor, a whisper, a legend that most people do not believe. They have kept their distance since then, not because of conflict, because they both understand that their friendship attracts attention. Unwanted attention. Dangerous attention. Bruce opens his eyes, scans the cabin. Force of habit. Always checking, always aware. His gaze moves down the aisle. Stops. He sees Ali, 7 rows back. Ali looks up from his newspaper at the same moment. Their eyes meet. Recognition. A slight nod from Bruce. A slight smile from Ali. No words. No need for words. They understand each other. Bruce closes his eyes again, settles back into his meditation. But something feels wrong. He cannot identify it yet. Just a sense. A disturbance. The way animals sense earthquakes before they happen. His instincts are screaming. Something is coming. 11:42 p.m. 5 minutes later. A man stands up in economy class. Row 23. He is Middle Eastern, early 30s, wearing a dark jacket. He walks toward the front of the plane. Purposeful, not casual. Bruce's eyes open. He watches the man. The man's hands are in his jacket pockets. His posture is tense. His breathing is controlled but elevated. Bruce can see this from 20 rows away. He can read body language the way most people read text. Another man stands. Row 31, also Middle Eastern. Same age range, same dark jacket, same purposeful walk. Moving toward the front. Bruce's heartbeat does not increase. His breathing does not change. But every muscle in his body is now online. Ready. A third man stands. Row 18, middle of the cabin. He does not walk forward. He positions himself in the aisle. blocking, creating a barrier between first class and economy. Bruce looks at Allie. Allie is already looking at him. 11:43 p.m. The first man reaches the cockpit door. He pulls his right hand from his jacket pocket. He is holding something. Small. Metallic. A detonator. The kind used for explosives. He holds it up. Everyone in first class can see it now. His voice is loud, accented, calm, practiced. Nobody move. Nobody scream. This aircraft is now under our control. We have explosives on board. 3 devices. 1 in the cockpit, 1 in the cargo hold, 1 in the lavatory. If anyone tries to stop us, I press this button. Everyone dies. Cooperate, and you will live. We are changing course. We will land in Beirut. You will be released when our demands are met. Silence. Absolute silence. Then the panic starts. A woman screams. A child cries. People start talking, shouting, praying. The second hijacker has reached first class now. He also has a detonator. He shouts over the noise. Silence! Sit down! Hands on your heads, now! The third hijacker, the one in the middle of the cabin, pulls out a pistol. Not a detonator, an actual firearm. He fires 1 shot into the ceiling. The sound is deafening in the enclosed space. The panic intensifies. People are screaming, ducking, covering their heads. The hijacker shouts, Next bullet goes into a passenger. Sit down. Shut up. Bruce has not moved. He is still in his seat. Window seat, row 3. His eyes are tracking all 3 hijackers, calculating distances, analyzing weapons, mapping the space. The first hijacker is 6 feet from him. The second is 10 feet. The third is 20 feet back. 3 armed men, explosives, detonators, a gun, enclosed space, 200 passengers, crew, no backup, no weapons, no room for error. Ali has not moved either. Row 7, aisle seat. He is watching Bruce, waiting. They do not need to speak. They have trained together. They know how each other thinks. They know how each other moves. The first hijacker is shouting at the cockpit door. Open this door! Open it now or I detonate! The cockpit door is locked. Standard procedure. The pilots are not opening it. They are following protocol. But the hijacker is not bluffing. His finger is on the detonator button. If he presses it, if there really are explosives, everyone dies. Bruce makes a decision. He does not think about it. Thinking takes time. Training takes over. He stands up, smooth, casual, as if he is just stretching. The first hijacker turns toward him. Sit down. I said, sit down. Bruce does not sit. He steps into the aisle. The hijacker's finger tightens on the button. Sit down or I blow this plane. Bruce takes 1 more step. Now he is 4 feet away. Close enough. The hijacker's eyes widen. He recognizes Bruce Lee, even in this moment, even in this crisis. He knows who he is looking at. For 1 microsecond he hesitates. 1 microsecond is enough. Bruce moves. Not a step. Not a lunge. A flicker. His right hand shoots forward. Snake strike. Fingers extended. Strikes the hijacker's wrist. Pressure point. Nerve cluster. The hand holding the detonator goes numb instantly. The device falls. Bruce's left hand catches it mid-air. Impossibly fast. His right hand continues. Palm strike to the hijacker's solar plexus. Same technique, that dropped Muhammad Ali 2 years ago. The hijacker's lungs collapse. He cannot breathe, cannot scream, cannot fight. He drops to his knees. The second hijacker reacts, turns toward Bruce, raises his detonator. "Stop, or I—" He does not finish the sentence. Muhammad Ali is already moving. Ali has stood up, row 7. He is in the aisle. The second hijacker is 3 feet in front of him. Ali's left jab is the fastest punch in heavyweight boxing. They call it a flash, a blink, invisible. The hijacker does not see it coming. The jab snaps his head back. Ali's right cross follows. Textbook combination, 1-2. The hijacker's detonator hand drops. Ali grabs the wrist, twists. The detonator falls into Ali's massive hand. The hijacker tries to pull away. Ali's left hook to the body. Liver shot. Devastating. The hijacker folds, collapses, unconscious. 2 down, 1 remaining. The third hijacker, middle of the cabin, with the gun. He sees his partners fall, sees Bruce Lee holding a detonator, sees Muhammad Ali holding another detonator. His training kicks in. Backup plan. He raises the pistol, not at Bruce, not at Ali, at a passenger, a woman, sitting in row 15, window seat. He puts the gun to her head. "Stop! Both of you, stop! Drop the detonators or I kill her!" The cabin goes silent again. Everyone is frozen. The woman is crying, shaking. The gun is pressed against her temple. The hijacker's finger is on the trigger. Bruce and Ali are 20 feet away, too far to reach him before he fires. The hijacker knows this. He grins. "Drop them! Now! Or she dies. Then I kill more, one by one." Bruce looks at Ali. Ali looks at Bruce. A conversation happens in that glance. No words, just understanding. They have one chance, one moment, one coordinated action. If they fail, the woman dies. Maybe others, maybe everyone. But if they do nothing, the hijacker wins. The plane goes to Beirut. Hostages, demands, days or weeks of captivity. Possibly execution. Bruce's hand moves. He drops the detonator. It falls to the floor. The hijacker's attention shifts for a microsecond, watching the device fall, making sure it does not detonate. Ali moves. Not forward. He does not try to close the distance. He throws. The detonator in his hand becomes a projectile. Ali's throwing motion is the same as his jab. Fast, accurate. The detonator flies through the air, 20 feet, traveling at incredible speed. It hits the hijacker's gun hand, knuckles. The impact is sharp, painful. The hijacker's finger reflexively releases the trigger. The gun does not fire. Bruce is already moving. The microsecond the detonator left Ali's hand, Bruce launched. He covers 20 feet in less than 2 seconds. Impossible speed. The hijacker is trying to re-aim the gun, trying to pull the trigger. Bruce's flying sidekick connects with the hijacker's chest. Full power, full extension. 141 pounds of body weight plus momentum. The hijacker flies backward, slams into the lavatory door. The gun falls from his hand. Bruce lands. Follows up. Does not give the hijacker time to recover. 3 rapid strikes. Ridge hand to the neck, elbow to the jaw, knee to the ribs. The hijacker slumps, unconscious. Silence. Total silence. Then chaos. Passengers screaming, crying, shouting, flight attendants rushing forward. The co-pilot emerges from the cockpit. He has heard everything, seen the last part. He is holding a fire axe, standard emergency equipment. But it is over. All 3 hijackers are down. Neutralized. No shots fired except the one into the ceiling. No explosives detonated. No hostages harmed. The co-pilot stares at Bruce, then at Ali. What? How? Who are you people? Bruce hands him the detonator. Check these devices. Secure the hijackers. Restrain them. We are continuing to Tokyo. Ali picks up the gun. Careful. Professional. He removes the magazine. Clears the chamber. Hands it to a flight attendant. Keep this safe. Evidence. The co-pilot is still processing. The 3 of them. How long did that take? Bruce glances at the cabin clock. 11:43, when the first hijacker revealed himself. 11:43 and 14 seconds now. 14 seconds, Bruce says. From the first move to the last strike. 14 seconds. The co-pilot shakes his head. Cannot believe it. You saved everyone. 200 lives. Who do I tell the captain did this? Who are you? Ali steps forward. That famous grin. Just passengers. We were just sitting here, reading, relaxing. These gentlemen made poor choices. Bruce nods. We prefer not to be mentioned in reports. We were never involved. Crew handled everything. Understand? The co-pilot understands. He has heard stories, rumors, about Bruce Lee, about Muhammad Ali, about things they have done that nobody talks about officially. You were never here, he says. Crew subdued the hijackers. That is what happened. Exactly, Bruce says. The flight attendants are checking the detonators. They find wires, batteries, but no actual explosives. The devices are fake, bluffs, designed to look real, to create fear, but harmless. The co-pilot returns to the cockpit, makes an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, the situation is under control. 3 individuals attempted to hijack this aircraft. They have been subdued by our crew and will be turned over to authorities when we land in Tokyo. There is no danger. We are continuing our flight. We will arrive on schedule. Bruce returns to his seat. Row 3, window. He sits down, closes his eyes. His heart rate is already back to normal. His breathing is calm, as if nothing happened. Ali returns to his seat. Row 7, aisle. He picks up his newspaper, opens it, pretends to read. But he is grinning, cannot help himself. 15 minutes later, a flight attendant approaches Bruce. She is young, Asian. She speaks quietly. Mr. Lee, thank you. That woman, the one with the gun to her head, that is my sister. You saved her life. Bruce opens his eyes, looks at her. I did nothing. The crew handled the situation. You should thank them. She smiles, knows he is lying, knows the truth. I will never forget what you did. Never. Another flight attendant approaches Ali, older, American. Mr. Ali, my son loves you. He watches every fight. He talks about you constantly. He wants to be like you. If he knew you were on this plane, if he knew what you just did... Ali puts a finger to his lips. Shh. I was not here. I was sleeping, dreaming about beating George Foreman. That is all. She laughs, tears in her eyes. You are a good man. Thank you. The flight continues. Hours pass. Tokyo approaches. The sun rises over the Pacific. The cabin lights come on. Passengers begin to wake, stretch, prepare for landing. The hijackers are restrained, tied with seatbelts, zip ties, tape. They are conscious now, injured but alive. They do not speak. They stare at Bruce and Ali with expressions of disbelief. They are professionals, trained operatives. They have studied hijacking tactics, practiced for months. They had a plan, a good plan, and it fell apart in 14 seconds. The plane lands. Tokyo International Airport. Police are waiting. Armed officers. They board immediately. Remove the hijackers. Question the crew. Question passengers. Bruce and Ali give brief statements. They were passengers. They saw nothing. They were asleep during the incident. The crew handled everything professionally. The police accept this. They have seen the injuries on the hijackers: broken ribs, dislocated jaw, severe bruising. These injuries suggest extreme force, professional training. But the crew members deny using that level of force. The stories do not add up. But there are no complaints. No one is pressing charges against the crew. The hijacking was stopped. Everyone is safe. The investigation can sort out details later. Bruce and Ali exit the aircraft together. Walk through the terminal. They do not speak until they are alone. Away from crowds. In a quiet corridor near the baggage claim. Ali breaks the silence. 14 seconds. That has to be a record. Bruce allows himself a small smile. Perhaps, but no one will ever know. The crew knows. The passengers know. They know something happened, but they will never agree on what. The story will become confused, contradictory. Eventually, it will be dismissed as exaggeration, hysteria. People will say the passengers panicked, imagined things. Ali nods. You are probably right, but we know. The hijackers know. Yes, and that is enough. They reach the baggage carousel, stand in silence, waiting. Finally, Ali speaks again. You know what is crazy? This is the second time. The restaurant. Now this. We keep ending up in these situations. Bruce looks at him. Perhaps it is not coincidence. Perhaps we attract these situations. Our energy, our presence, it draws conflict. You believe that? That cosmic energy stuff? I believe everything is connected. Action, reaction, cause, effect. We are warriors. Warriors attract battles. Ali considers this. Grins. Well, if that is true, we should probably stop hanging out. Every time we are together, something insane happens. Bruce grins back. Probably wise, but also boring. Their luggage arrives. They collect their bags, walk toward customs. At the exit, they pause. Ali extends his hand. Bruce shakes it. Stay safe, my friend, Ali says. You too. Good luck in Zaire. You will beat Foreman, I am certain. You think so? I know so. You are smarter than him, faster than him, more experienced. He has power, but you have strategy. You will find a way. Ali smiles. Genuine warmth. Thank you, Bruce. That means a lot, coming from you. They separate. Walk in different directions, into different futures. Ali goes to Zaire, fights George Foreman, wins. The rumble in the jungle becomes the most famous boxing match in history. Bruce goes to Hong Kong, begins work on Game of Death, a film that will never be completed. 10 months later, Bruce Lee is dead. July 20th, 1973. 32 years old. Gone. The story of Flight 812 remains a rumor, a legend. Passengers tell their families, friends, but details are vague, conflicting. Some say Bruce Lee was there, some say Muhammad Ali, some say both, some say neither. The official report states crew members subdued 3 hijackers. No mention of passengers. No mention of martial artists or boxers. The hijackers never talk about it. When interrogated, they refuse to explain how they were defeated so quickly. Their pride will not allow them to admit 2 men destroyed their operation in 14 seconds. Years pass. Decades. The story fades. In 2009, a documentary filmmaker researching Bruce Lee hears the story from a former flight attendant, the one whose sister was held at gunpoint. She is old now, retired, but she remembers every detail. She tells the filmmaker everything. The filmmaker investigates, finds passenger manifests, confirms Bruce Lee was on that flight, confirms Muhammad Ali was on that flight, finds police reports from Tokyo, 3 hijackers arrested, severe injuries, but nothing about how they were stopped. The filmmaker tries to include this in his documentary. His producers say no. Too unbelievable. Sounds like fiction, like Hollywood fantasy. Nobody will take it seriously. It will discredit the entire film. So it is cut, removed. The story remains untold, unknown, unconfirmed. But flight attendants know. Some passengers know. The hijackers know. And somewhere in the afterlife, Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali know. Know that for 14 seconds, at 34,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean, they became legends once again. Not for cameras, not for crowds, not for glory, simply because they were in the right place, at the right time, with the right skills. And they did what they were trained to do: protect, defend, act without hesitation. 3 hijackers, 2 warriors, 14 seconds, September 19th, 1974. It happened, and only those who were there will ever truly believe it.